is the liquid of life. We all need it to survive. Water, choose water first. Water, we all know it is precious. Should be enjoyed by all of us. Talking about water, choose water first. Water.
On this edition of Water Wednesdays, we're going to focus on something that has been very heavy on the hearts of Barbadians. We love to boast about the quality of our water supply, and I'm telling you now, it is still to the highest standard. We follow the WHO standards, that's the World Health Organization standards, and helping us at the Barbados Water Authority to do that is the Government Analytical Services, Dr. Beverley Wood. She is the director here. Dr. Wood, so good to have you on the program.
Thank you.
Talk to us about the process. I know that some of our teams, they go out in the field, they collect the samples and water from our wells, and they bring it here to you and your team to analyze. Talk about that process.
Yes, well, the Government Analytical Services is an analytical laboratory. We do microbiological and chemical analysis of water. What the Barbados Water Authority wants to ensure that the quality of the water they present to the consumers is safe and of good quality. And they will be using the WHO guidelines to look for some of the parameters that could have an impact on the quality of that potable water supply. So you have microbe, which does there's certain parameters that they will look for because that should not be present. What the Barbados Water Authority will do is to chlorinate the water in situ, either in the well or as it exits the well, and therefore then that should kill any of the indicator organisms that could be present. We don't actually test for all, but we look for some indicator organisms which can say if they are present, there's a likelihood that a person could be sick, and therefore in the WHO guidelines, which we would adopt, there will not be those organisms present. We also look for chemical analysis. You have, as the water percolates through the soil and through the limestone, it could pick up certain things from the environment.
Okay. Can you say if you are happy with the quality of our water supply?
I think I can say so, yes. It's a fad now to drink bottled water, but I just drink the water from that is supplied by the Barbados Water Authority. I don't think I have a major concern with that.
I know many Barbadians, you would see them now. This may be another fad. People putting on filtration systems on either their tap or just their pipes as the water makes its way through. What is your take on these filtration systems? Do they really work, and do they benefit those who consume them, those consumers?
Yeah, I think they play a role, but I think the consumer has to be aware of what the filter is doing. In some cases, persons may say they do not like the taste of chlorine in the water, and they would put a filter on the bottom of their kitchen sink. But in the WHO guidelines, there's also a requirement that there's a certain level of residual chlorine that should remain when it gets to the furthest point of the distribution line. And that is the area which then the water will come to your home. And therefore then it has some residual chlorine in it, which allows that water to remove any microbes that should be present. When persons then put a filter, let's say, in the bottom of their kitchen sink that would remove the chlorine, there is then a length of pipe that is exposed from that comes out to the tap, which could be an area where microbes could grow, and therefore you can contaminate your water that way. But there are other filters that could take out things like calcium. They could take out organic matter.
Calcium would be white.
Yes, it could take out some of that. There are different types of filters, and therefore persons should therefore then read what the filter is doing, and then they should not leave the filter in there for a year or 2 years. You should monitor the filter and change it as you think fit, because then you are now concentrating certain things on the filter, which could then go back into the water and cause a higher level than what was being brought to your home.
Thank you so much, Dr. Wood, for sharing with us today. To view this or previous episode again, you can go to our website, www.barbadoswaterauthority.com. We have our social media pages on Instagram and Facebook. And of course, subscribe to our Water Wednesdays channel on YouTube. You can find us there.